Hello class, today we're going to do a two-panel comic story about Winnie the Pooh and Piglet, and they're on an adventure in the forest. All you need for materials is the paper and pencil, and if you want to color the comic, you can just pull out your crayons or colored pencils or markers. Let's get started. Winnie the Pooh and Piglet are out walking in the 100-acre wood. And I'm first going to draw Winnie the Pooh, and he's in the center of the page, and I'm going to start with him, and he's going to be, I'm going to start with his head, shaped like that, and he is looking down because he sees some tracks, shaped like that, round with his little nose, and then his ears look like this. And then here's his eyes. And he's looking down there. There's his little nose. And then this is the shape of his body. His feet. Like that. He's got kind of a plump little tummy, you know. And he's kind of got his hand up like that. He's got a gesture. He's thinking, those look pretty suspicious. He's seeing tracks. Here's his little outfit. Right down here, here's the grass, because they're in the woods, border of the path. And then he's seeing these tracks like this. Kind of shaped like that. And here, let me see the toes like that. You see? Shapes like that. He's wondering what those are. And here's Piglet right behind him, and he's noticing too. I go with their head, and Piglet's got a little snout like that, and his ears come up like that. And he's got a surprised look on his face. So just mostly round circle with a little square for his snout and his ears. And then he always wears a scarf, doesn't he? And there's his little body like that, his little arms, and his little feet. I think, there we go. And then here is the speech bubble for Winnie the Pooh. Nice big speech bubble. What do you see there? He's talking to Piglet with the question mark. And Piglet says, there's his speech bubble. He says excitedly, tracks, with an exclamation. He always stutters a little bit, doesn't he? Woozle. That's what Piglet thinks. He thinks those are woozle tracks. So that's the first panel. There's his top portion of his little shirt. This is the second panel, and Winnie the Pooh's exclaiming, a woozle. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw the second panel, and I'm going to make Winnie the Pooh a little bit smaller on the page because when we do the woozle speech bubble, I wanted to have plenty of space around Winnie the Pooh so you can draw pictures of your own woozle. What do you think a woozle would look like? Now, here's the second panel, and Winnie the Pooh, okay, I always like to start with his head. Here's his ears. He's got kind of a boxy shape. there. Like that. And he's exclaiming, his hands are up like this. He's saying, "A woozle Piglet." Here's the speech bubble. W-O-O-Z-L-E. Did you know that woozles are nightmare creatures? And that's what Winnie the Pooh is pretty excited about, is that Piglet thinks that those are tracks of his nightmare characters that he dreams about. And in the story, the woozles are pretty funny looking here. I'm going to show you, but I'd like you to draw your own woozles. This is sort of what they look like on the cartoon or in the movie. This is a woozle, and they had spots on them. Actually, I think a woozle had a long tail like that, with big ears, and he had big eyes, and he's looking at Winnie the Pooh, and he had like a long trunk like that, and he was plaid, and then he had a funny looking tail and limbs, and let me see, his feet look something like this. There, he's looking at his nightmare woozle right there in the speech bubble. And this is the other one. I want you to draw your own monsters or woozles or characters, okay, around Winnie the Pooh? These are Winnie the Pooh's woozles in the little story, but I'd like you to draw your own woozles. I want you to make up your own nightmare woozles that Winnie the Pooh encountered and who made those tracks in the first panel, okay? Use your imagination and have some fun with it, okay? Hope you enjoyed the project.